I'm in agreement with you as well, Pilski. I think it's hard to go past Renegades, even if they are in some weaker form than we have seen in previous iterations of, I guess not iterations necessarily, but previous months. So let's just go with that for Renegades. As we do head on to Mirage, it's map number 1 in the upper bracket final, and Order will be starting off on the T side. Really expecting a good game here from Order today, so I'll be disappointed if this ends up being 2-0 for Renegades. Hopefully we get something pretty good.
Well, I hope this match is as spicy as the chili sauce in my moustache as they start to make their way towards a main Order on the T side. They've got 3 sets of utility to try and get out here. And Malta looks like he will be first point of contact. Right side smokes, a couple of flashes over the top. And Order should find the A site for free. But let's see what Renegades can do on the retake.
Very good question. Ricky up here in Palace has a solid position just to hold and wait and see whether or not Renegades are going to do anything silly. The flashes and the Molotovs and all that jazz going to be thrown in. It's actually not going to be a retake just yet. Order are putting the pedal to the metal. Dexter up on his lonesome on stairs. Doesn't manage too much more than 1 frag. Ins. Not going to have too much luck with the spam through the smoke. You still know, though, counting his lucky stars.
They're just trying to make their way to some decent post plants. Gyra over towards window. Doesn't know that it's 2 CT players making their way through Con, but he's looking the wrong direction. Oh! Flicks around just at the perfect moment, and Ints will go down. But do they expect Sicko? He's been spotted. It's the 1v3, and it's an unlosable round. But let's see how it goes. It's Ustillo holding with the Glock, and that's going to be a nice start to the match for Order.
Always good to get off on the right foot. I'm sure Order are quite pumped up getting ready for this game. You know, they've really been on the up and up, and this would just be another example of it. If they're able to topple Renegades today, we start to think even more favorably about Renegades, about Order rather, if that were possible. Fairly reserved buy actually from them. Only the single AK coming out for Ustillo here. Even Alistair going down to the MP5. It's a full investment from Renegades as well, the Deagle armor. Always like a bit of a force buy they do. And the Deagle's quite powerful for Renegades. Big stack over on B.
The flash into lowers will send Gyra on his journey. Mid-split going to come through, but that is a whole lot of CTs here towards short. Dexter playing the bait angle there at the bottom of ladder. As Ints and Sicko try to do the tango with anyone making their way on short, but Order very thorough in their approach here. We are going to see a smoke towards the top of Con and into window. Where's this bomb heading? Looks like it's back up Cat. So Order are walking straight into this trap. Ints, he's been spotted now, but do they expect Dexter here in ladder? He manages to find 1 there with the 5-7. Ints as well onto Val, and this is a solid start to the pistols.
Yeah, bomb dropped as well. Pretty critical kill here for Gyro to grab onto Malta, and he does well to finish that. Stabilizes the round somewhat for Order, but they really are just going to be funneled onto short right now, and that's exactly what Renegades are waiting for. Another re-smoke comes across from the CT side as well to make life more difficult for Order. I don't know, man. I guess Gyro, if he can jump up into ladder room here, might be able to make the difference. Dexter watching for it, though. Close on 16 HP. It's going to be tough to get the frag, and will be spammed down by Gyro. It's on to Ints. Deagle in hand. Bomb's not yet picked up, but that's a good Molotov, forcing Ints back.
Perfect retrieval, but Hats might just find the timing. Can he get anything through the smoke? No, just staying silent as the smoke fades. Oh, Gyro, he's completely open to that one. Hats, if he finds another headshot, could have turned this round on its head. Now there's minimal time remaining. You're still going to be planning on the front of triple. Ints now 1v2. He's sharp with the Deagle. He's down to 15 HP, but he's not able to get Ustillo there. And Order, it's a scary round, but they've managed to secure a second.
To be honest, I'm actually pretty happy to see Order being able to negotiate that the way that they did. You know, that you say is a scary round, and I agree with you. But this is the kind of round that a lot of the time you would sort of see Renegades being able to win, particularly against even the top teams in ANZ. But yeah, anyone domestically, Renegades can kind of pull around like that out of their hat. So to see Order really just slow that down from a 3-on-5, negotiate it pretty nicely, speaks a lot more to Order, I think, than it does to Renegades at the moment. So good early signs for Order, even despite losing a couple of early guns in that round.
We do see Renegades going for the 4-man stack over towards the B side. I think there's a boost there over towards short too. So Renegades certainly hoping for a B split to come through, but let's see where the bomb goes this time. It's at the bottom of mid here in the hands of Gyra. As Alistair is going to be sent up short, just clearing out ladder room, looking to spot anything but Dexter. That's his opportunity, but it's an opportunity missed. As Order now reroute back towards the A site.
First piece. Don't know that you can necessarily count Renegades out of this round. That's the thing. Such a dangerous team, even with absolutely nothing to play with. Have allowed Order onto the site, and Ricky's not checked, so this will be a free one for Ricky to pick up. Gyra's having a pretty good start to this series. Can always be a dangerous prospect, you know. Gyra's very much one of those players that is kind of he's like a feast or famine kind of a player, you know.
Yeah.
He can really just destroy you or sometimes go missing. And at the moment, 6-1. Yeah, it's been on the pistols and against the Force and the Eco, but if Gyra gets rolling, he's the kind of player that can actually kind of take this game away from Renegades. You just need to see someone else sort of behind him, and at the moment, Yustilo's doing a pretty good job as well.
Solid structure initially, though. And the economy is looking nice and stable there for Order, who carry across to Galil's into round number 4, which will be Renegade's first bite. Sicko does have his hands on the AWP. Misses the short jump, which is quite uncharacteristic for the man. As he goes towards the top con instead, smoking that one off Ricky. He's going to try and stop Sicko from finding himself a free pick. But, oh, awkward situation. Malta going to be stuck on the ladder, finds a first. Bomb's going to be left in Palace, though.
Yeah, Valiance is going to need to get this frag onto Malta, otherwise the round is done. This is the critical frag. Malta will drop himself a smoke and give a little bit more room to work with. Tries to maybe even get back onto the site, but won't. This position from Inns is very powerful indeed. He spotted Ricky out. There's no chance for Ricky at all. Gyra and Valiance. At the very least, Gyra's been able to retrieve the bomb, so Order don't have to commit to this site. Valiance just has to get out.
Malta just sliding his way around so many times there, just staying alive. And Ince now has completely locked them into T-spawn. Happily just playing passive there, waiting for a rotation. And the rest of Renegades stacking on the A site here. Edging their way forward. Hats looks like he will be first point of contact. Malta, does he get away for a third time? This is going to be another Molotov invested just to try and find him. And he's going to flash his way out first as well. Great utility. He will fall. But now, Renegades, they're in a solid position to win the round.
They are indeed. Inns coming around the back. 20 seconds on the clock here. Order just don't have the luxury of having time to check all of the angles. So by the time they deal with Hats, if even then, Inns is going to be around behind. So Renegades quite nicely negotiate that one. 3-1, 3 guns in the back pocket as well. The AWP through. So good times for Renegades getting that first gun round on the board.
Yeah, really good trigger discipline from Ince as well, coming out of A main. Spotted that flash and didn't want to give up his life for nothing. So communicated that Gyra was swinging underneath the stairs, and then he got that flank onto Val there over towards Maria as well. So Renegades finally on the board, and they've managed to carry a couple of AKs across as well into round number 5. So let's see what Order can do here. And Sicko has made the jump nice and early. He flashed off, but stays on the line. Not going to find any fruit, though.
Yeah, he's still just probing at the moment through the B apps. Hasn't spotted any heads out. Very, very heavy presence over toward the B side of the map right now for Order. Not much of a response even from Renegades at the moment. They do have a bit more of a forward hold toward A ramp. That is Malta standing close, but no push into Palace, no push into A ramp. There's no information just yet for Renegades. They're even starting to float Inns back toward mid as the hit is coming onto B. So it's just these two sole defenders. Yustilo looking to clear out the bomb site. He's going to run right into the crosshair of Hats, but Valiance is good enough for not just 1, but 2 trades. Speaking of trades, Inns is also good for 1.
Solid route there, as we do see the bomb planted at default. Ali still with full control of apartments, just fully focused over towards short now. As Malta seems to think that there's someone lurking behind him or over here towards mid. Renegades, they're just looking to punish them over extension, but I don't think that's going to happen. Order holding their ground. Flash goes through. Gyra, perfect lineup. Finds himself the double. Yep. And that should be the 4th round locked down for Order.
Definitely not expecting Gyra that close. And again, you have to reinforce that storyline that I started to set up about Gyra. If he's on in any given map, he can be an utter terror to deal with. And it seems like it's his map at the moment.
Looking to cause a bit more mayhem as well. But there we go. 4 on the board now for Order as Renegades. They carry 1 M4 across into the next round. Looks like it will be some upgraded pistols just to try and whittle away at Order's economy. Because that's about all Renegades can really do here. Order coming out of the gates swinging so far.
Mazda does have the M4 in the back pocket, so I'd be interested to see what he does with that. There's a couple of flashbangs, one for Hats and one for Dexter, so maybe they can send Malta somewhere. Looks like he's just going to try and get aggressive through the connector into T-Apps. Rest of Renegades milling around all over the place. And Malta not able to get anything done, so that's probably the round you would expect. Going the way of Order, dealing with the main danger man.
Whoa. Dangerous for Ricky. He has the reaction, flicks up, takes down Ince, and it's all up to Sicko. Solo on the site. Ali going to be jumping in like a flying AWPer. And with the bomb out, he is the perfect decoy to gain the information and allow the rest of the boys to filter out the site. So it's all up to Hats to get anything done just with a Deagle and a Dream up against his previous teammates. And he will go down. Jara perched at the top of the stairs on a tight little angle will work wonders. And there it is. 5 on the board for Order as Renegades go into their next gun round.
Pretty much the dream start for Order, isn't it? Money is good enough for Renegades to buy back into this round, but yeah, I think a tactical pause is kind of warranted, to be honest. We've all had our suspicions that Order was on the rise, and it seems to be continuing here in DreamHack Open Summer. Renegades, on the other hand, already talked about plateauing, maybe. Are they going down? What do you think, Mac? Are they just not getting better, or is it a case of Renegades getting worse? Is it a case of the other teams getting better and catching up?
Well, it's like you've clipped the bird's wings, right? They're stuck domestically and not getting that international experience, which really was, I guess, their vantage point, just getting so much practice against the best teams in the world. Not being able to do that this year, you can see that it is starting to affect their game. They've been dropping maps, which they weren't doing for ages, and, you know, there's chances for them to drop a series, which they have done, I guess, in recent times.
Once or twice, yeah. Twice.
Twice. But it's still early days. It's Mirage, we're 7 rounds in. Anything can happen.
You're right.
Whoa. And there you go. Sicko finally finds an angle. Almost punished there by Gyra, who's already straight up short. But Ince, perfect timing onto Gyra, and that is going to be most things there at mid dealt with. 5v3. Renegades, 2-man advantage.
Yeah, it's a much different looking round, isn't it? Just from the outset, those first couple of picks going the way of Renegades, and Order now forced into a pretty awkward position, having to push into the bomb site. 3 on 5. Only 3 players having rotated across to A for Renegades, and Dexter's actually allowed them out. So let's see what Ustilo can do with this room that he has. Not a whole lot, apparently. Valiance is the only one to find a frag this round for Renegades, as he'll be rolled over by Hats. And that's a nice statement. Good adaptation from Renegades. I mean, immediately off the back of that tactical pause, they win around, and they win around very cleanly as well.
So, 2 on the board now for Renegades. Big pick straight down the side of window. And Sicko managed to survive for the rest of the round as well. I think it was only Dexter there with some great trigger discipline, looking to gain all that information, deny any aggression over towards the stairs. And look, Order just need to be a bit more thorough on their site clearance at the moment.
Double all. Not something you see pulled out all that often for Renegades. Oh! That's a scary time for Sicko. A couple of bullets headed in his direction, but he's okay. Ooh, it's a ambitious challenge from Ustilo. So Hats will knock him over. Another good start to the round for Renegades. Grinding Order down a little bit now in these last couple.
That's with that ambitious line, showing that he is very confident in the matchup. Gyro with the crab walk through the edge of the smoke is not going to topple Dexter. And there you have it. Again, a 5v3 situation, and Renegades very good at winning rounds from this situation. So Val doesn't clear his corner, mate. You've got to clear everything at this level of gameplay. Ricky, at least there for the trade. But Order unable just to trade out this round, as Hats is going to be jumping, just gaining that information. But in the 2v4, Renegades, they've taken the initiative. They've had Malta run in through T-spawn. They know that there is nothing in this direction. And now Order, they're just going to be encapsulated on. They've got 30 seconds to make a play, and it looks like it's going to be Ricky trying to crack open the B site. But he's got 2 gamers there. He's got Hats and Dexter to get past.
Well, Ricky's a bit of a gamer himself, so wouldn't be too surprised to see him find a couple of frags here. That's one. Surely expecting someone else hanging around close by. He'll see Dexter as well. This is Ricky, vintage Ricky in fact, but is he aware of the player behind? And I don't think that he is, so this is going to be routine for Malta. That's unfortunate, you know, because it almost felt like that could have been around for Ricky if he got the bomb down, had a chance. We're waiting to see some magic really from Order at the moment. You know, I think it's been good, solid Counter-Strike so far, just from both sides, to be honest. I don't think we've needed to see anything overly ambitious, no big, massive plays, no huge rounds or anything like that. But the deeper we get into this map and this series, the more we're going to need to ask for players like Ricky to dig deep and have big rounds, you know, in those 1-on-4 sort of a situations, if they're going to come away with a win today. Tactical timeout now for Order. And Renegades have had their turn to adapt. Now it's time for Order to have a bit of a chat and show us what they come up with.
I think they'll be right. Renegades, that is, to put a 4th on the board here. Looks like we are going to see Hero AK purchased up. Order. Oh no, they're just going to go all over the place with this one. 2 AKs. Is it the full investment, half investment? Who damn knows at this point? Ali's still with 1,700 in the bank. Maybe to get his mitts on an AWP going forward. No, it's just the full wire. So 3 Deagles, 2 AKs, and Order looking like they might just try and sell a fake here over towards the B site. Yeah, so we're going to see the double arch smokes, and then the other 2 boys here, Ali and Jara, looking to sell the B rush, hoping to draw off these rotations, which they're doing pretty well. It's just Malta on the A site now, and they're going to have to deal with 3 of the Order players making their way this direction.
Not going to have a fun time in dealing with that either. He still has just said, see you later to Malta. Get out of the server. Dexter does spot Usilo crossing at least into CT spawn, so the info is there. And Dexter, a double kill onto Alistair and Jira. That's big news. Sicko also able to take advantage of spotting Ricky out. Bomb plant has gone down for Order. Valiance tries to get aggressive, and I don't know what would have happened had he held that spray down to kill a couple more, but Usilo's in a 1-on-3.
You can find Dexter here. He just needs to land that one bullet. There it is. No idea that he was still sitting on site and able to play some close angles. Sicko going wide with the P250. That is vintage Sicko, if anything. Just running in full confidence with the sidearm and finding himself a beautiful headshot. 4 rounds now on the board for Renegades, just yapping at the heels of Order. Round number 10. And Renegades have some pretty good economy. Order off the back of the 4 spot. Look, they did really good damage, and they managed to get that bomb plant secured. It was such a good fake. It drew 2 rotations off of mid, off of A. But Dexter, those 2 kills that he got at mid are extremely crucial in making sure they weren't upset in round number 9. Very basic looking start to the round. Order. All 5 players initially over towards A main. Smoke at top mid just to maybe hold off a rotation. But Renegades playing close. This could go pear-shaped.
Yeah, Ustilo's getting in there pretty quickly with the MAC-10. Valiant's a Tech 9 as well, but Dexter is looking pretty good today. Malta helps out with a grenade, just fanging it in there and helping his buddy out. Bomb's dropped in a pretty bad spot. Order, it just seems like they've lost a bit of that momentum, you know, that gusto. They've still got it. They're still prepared to run in, take these fights, but they're not winning any of them anymore. Renegades are, as I said earlier, just kind of grinding it down a little.
I think it's less of Order losing the momentum. It was Renegades obviously getting a bit of a shock there at the initial phases of the game and then starting to pick it up. You know, all it took was a couple of kills, a couple of good rounds. And here they are, they're fighting, they're hitting all the shots, and they are making perfect rotations. It's just that teamwork that they needed to work out. And it only took them 5 rounds, but they're back. That is going to be the tied game, 5 apiece, as Renegades don't suffer a single casualty, and that economy continues to skyrocket.
Money on the CT side, always important. Alice is having a difficult time of getting involved in this map. You know, I don't tend to like singling out players that are having a rougher performance, but I think in the context of it being Order and it being Alistair, you know, this is a player that we kind of need to see come online.
I think you're just a little salty about the hair power rankings from yesterday.
No, I was number 1 as of yesterday. Apparently, I'm number 2 now, so I am a little bit salty. So this is what you get, Alistair. You know, you take me off number 1.
Go
I'm
on,
gonna start
get him.
calling you out in the series. I don't even think your hair's that good anyway.
Ooh. I'm offended. I thought he had perfect hair. Anyway. Order looking for a late take at mid. Looking like Ali may actually just be sent out with a bit of a run boost. We'd love to see it backwards just for the extra style points. But there's no one here to go toe-to-toe with them. Renegades with the 3-2 split, 3 towards 8. Hats just gazing over towards Con there on short.
Well, it's not the first time that Order has had control of mid, but they've never really been able to do anything with it. Dexter, remember? Sitting up there on short, was able to deal with a couple. This time it's Hats. AWP in hand, secondary AWP. Now Dexter's going to have another opportunity, but that is pretty crisp from Gyra. Almost gets the second onto Hats, who wisely just swings away at the right time. Comes in for a little bit more. Don't know if Hats is biting off more than he can chew this time. Sicko, though, time for some Sicko mode. That's a quick shot straight onto Gyra as the smoke fades. Order's making their way out onto the bomb site, but they don't know that Malta is here.
Just trying to hold as much control as they possibly can. Hats finds another one through Con. That's going to be Valiant's falling. Ustillo tries to tap away, but there's only 15 seconds now. They've got no control of sight. Malta still here at default. Ustillo, he's going to be jumping. Malta will fall. Hats able to go for the trade as it's Hats just continuing to try and find Ustillo, but there's no time remaining, and Renegades will smother the site. There is no bomb plant coming out for Order, and Renegades take that lead.
5 in a row now for Renegades. Order doesn't seem to be able to find an answer. Another tactical timeout. I think it's, again, a good time for one. This map's still very much hanging in the balance, you know. It's still early days. We're only 11 rounds in. It's 5-6. But you can't let Renegades string this many rounds together. They're liable to just get to 10 off the back of this. Order needs to put a stop to this. It kind of needs to happen in the next 1 or 2 rounds.
If I'm thinking what Order's thinking, I'm seeing another force buy. It got really close before. They went for one of those trick strategies. But I personally wouldn't recommend it. Obviously, you've got to keep the economy in order. Into round 13, you want to be able to buy as well. So it's just the Deagles that are purchased. And let's see where Order head. Is it going to be a faster approach towards the B site? Lots of the players look in that direction. Ricky might just try for a pick towards a main. Supported by potentially the flash here from Gyra. Looks like that will be the call. There's a Molotov straight underneath him. Oh, that was a chance. But Sicko on the cover, denying anything.
Yeah, and this little bit of a force buy has not worked out for Order. I mean, it's not really a force buy. It's more of a half buy, isn't it, in the context of their economy. I think worth throwing in there. But Renegades dealing with it pretty comfortably. I gotta say, at the moment, I feel like that whole storyline we were setting up of Renegades just getting a little bit lax is slowly being chipped away at the moment by Renegades. You know, they're just looking too good. They're looking in a class of their own at the moment, I feel like.
It seems like they caught up to the broadcast and they saw that they had a 100% win rate on Mirage and
That's
said,
right.
hang on, what's this Elfish guy talking about? We got to win these. We win these. And they remembered, and then they put 7 rounds on quick smart.
Well, if you will remember, I did predict Renegades to win, so...
I might have.
Thought about it.
Thought about it. But Pilly cornered me.
Pilly is an intimidating man, I can imagine.
He is. Have you seen those guns?
Pretty bulky fella.
Ooh. No one way for Ali. But does expect Dexter on this side of the window. Only into Con, Gyra. Not good. It does spread, and he goes, but survives on 15 HP. Ali manages to find Dexter during this trade. Sicko flashes him out there into window. Doesn't work out. There it is, back to the 4v4, but Gyra barely alive here.
Yeah, Gyra has been one of the key power players for Order so far on this T side.
Ooh.
Sicko's just going to miss that shot. Would have been another scary round here for Order, but Ricky does look like he's got a bit of room to work with. If Sicko gets the timing wrong...
Oh, but Ince has pushed his way into the back of apartments. Seems to have heard that bomb being retrieved at the top of mid. Now, it looks like, again, there might be a chance for Renegades to try to encapsulate him, but you still has no idea that Ince is here, and that's going to be the bomb found. That should be the round. Again, a 3v4. Renegades with this man advantage. Let's see if Ricky can react it in time, but
Oh!
it doesn't seem so. Awkward situation between Hats and Ali.
That's a tough one to hit for Alistair. Hats is just flying around backwards and forwards through the air. Shouldn't really work like that, should it? But
they're just playing cat and mouse at this point.
that's why you just play DM, right?
Ooh,
14
okay.
seconds. I don't know if they can get into a bomb site.
No, Renegades just need to survive. They played this one to a T.
Ali won't survive.
Well, he fell before the clock hit 0, so that's something.
Yeah.
And the other two will survive with their weapons as we head into round number 14. But Renegades happily taking rounds like that.
7 in a row. Is it? I think so.
Big, old, calculated aggression. Ince with the proactive play through apartments. Just gets into another solid position, finds that bomb, holds it for just long enough, and then all the rest of the players have to do is survive.
Where do you really turn here as order? I guess at the moment it's looking like they might just go quickly toward B, which we actually haven't seen from them so far. So just something different. Don't mind it. A lot of utility, though, in the back pocket of Renegades, and that Incendiary does stop order in their tracks. Maybe they are expecting a bit more aggression from Inns. He's been liable to push the B apartments. It's going to be the flashes going through. Ustillo's fully white. That's a team flash. Inns does get rid of Ustillo. Nope, it's Valiance that he's gotten rid of, and Hats was the one that killed Ustillo. So it just seems everywhere that order goes, they're running into a brick wall.
And look at this, there's only 3 towards that B site. Renegades with a one-man rotation over have still managed to hold that perfectly and send order packing. And off the back of all of that, Renegades, they haven't taken any extra map control at A, but they're still over here, they're still ready and waiting for a rotation to come back through. But Renegades, historically this match so far, every time they've had a 2-man advantage, they've managed to just lock these rounds down. And I'm expecting them to do it again here in round number 14 as order smash their way over towards the A side.
5-on-3 though, Mac. Doesn't fill you with a whole lot of confidence. Ricky also is going to have to win a one-on-one against Malta here in ramp. If he doesn't, Alistair and Gyra likely aren't going to have enough time to retrieve the bomb and plant it. So that's one way to do it. Ricky's looking sharp with that AK, and that is a good entry from Gyra. Exactly what order needed. Bomb plant has to go down. Hats is watching the angle. The cover is there, and that's crucial for Alistair to win that fight. Bomb plant can just go down to Ricky. Siko's gotten 2. It's on to Gyra. 1v2, but order's lucky to get that bomb plant down. And to be honest, in a winnable situation, I'm sure they would have taken this if you would have given it to him in the 5-on-3.
Jordan, look.
I'm looking.
Gyra's pushed into window. The bomb is planted for CT. Gyra has to win this with a wallbang, and it's not going to happen because Inch knew exactly where he was, covered that one perfectly, and Renegades make a successful retake. Even though the site take was so perfect, there was just so much chaos going on there. They tried to cover CT. It didn't look like, I think Gyra was the planter, or whoever was the planter, just didn't have the faith that CT was covered, and it just wasted so much extra time. Unfortunately, Order don't bring that one back, even though it was very close to them winning that 3v5.
Yep. Close enough is not good enough against Renegades.
Nope.
AWP in hand for Ricky this time. Alistair hasn't been getting it done, so it's time to give someone else a try. Ricky pretty handy with the AWP. Used to be a primary AWPer back in the day.
Very, very sharp AWPer indeed, and there he goes. Taking down Sicko with a window peek. Now it looks like it might just be a faster approach into Con. Molly towards the top, sending Dexter into the open.
Oh,
it's just traded damage, and Val.
1 HP.
Oh, almost goes down as well.
Man, Inz is just getting so much work done, isn't he? Doesn't matter where he goes, if he's pushing apartments, if he's pushing short, it seems every single time he's able to find a frag. He's kind of on another level at the moment. You know, he's been the standout. I think as far as at least this competition is concerned, he's definitely been the best player.
And Ali's just worked this timing out towards the B site. Finds the short player, but is unable to connect. And oh, he's so open to market. The market player's coming in. Ali, what are you doing? The man's a maniac, and it's going to be him and Ince trading positions. Now, Ali, he's worked the timing. Does he get spotted? Surely Ince knows what Ali's doing, and there it is. From the flank, Ali will fall. And it's a little bit too chaotic, but it's still back to this 3v3 situation. 30 seconds. Order, control of the bomb. But Hats, control of Con. And now it's all up to Dexter, actually. I thought it was Malta over here, but he's gone.
Dexter very capable of doing this himself. Will like to just play quite sneaky in the firebox and wait for the perfect timing, which he's managed to find. Valiance is a free kill. The HG nade goes through. It's 10-5 after a 5-1 start for Order. Renegades in a good spot right now on Mirage.
Get out of here.
Yeah, that's weird. That's cringe.
Get out of here.
Cringe. Anyway, it's 10-5 for Order. God, get out of here, Pilly. Okay, thank God he's gone. 10-5, the scoreline between Renegades and Order, and we jump back in after a very excitable start to the half. I'm looking forward to this one.
I can't believe Mitch put himself up to that.
That is weird. It's kind of weird. He never really is that excited about life, but...
he's a weird guy.
Yeah.
Anyway, look, back to Counter-Strike. Renegades leading by 5 rounds, and now they are on the offensive. So let's see what they can do here. Early smoke over towards the top of Con, looking like Renegades may try to prod this B site. You've got Ince lurking at A, so maybe I'm wrong completely. He's still got that utility. Where are they going to go?
It's going to have to be a good start to this CT half here for Order if they're going to post anything of note in this map. Obviously looking in toward that double AWP as well, so economy, big important factor for Order.
These three players have snuck their way towards the top of mid. Ali has no idea that they are here. But did he spot that bomb? I'm not sure. I don't think so. Anyway, peeks out at the perfect moment, finds one on the Sicko, but does he realise there's two more hiding there at the boxes? We'll find that one out in a second. Ooh, attempt at the flick, doesn't hit it. Cops the bink himself, and he will go packing.
Dexter on the move up short, looking to clear as many angles out as possible, and has done so. Gyra spotted a couple out. This is a better start for Order. They're looking for the extra money in the back pocket.
Seems like Renegades are just going to pressure both sites at the same time, try to cause a bit of confusion as that bomb looks like it is going to sneak up short now. Not quite spotted. Ricky might have actually seen that one as Malta makes his way to site. Big shot coming out. Hats wants to go for the trade. They realise he's making his way up short. Ricky can't get the damage done, but Ali, he's just going to be baiting on his essentially 1 HP there over towards the bench, and he will try and deny the bomb plant. This is going to be a free kill. Ali comes in, denies it. No bomb on the ground, and Ince is going to fall to Gyra at mid. Big round coming out from Order. I was so confused as to what Renegades were trying to do there, and whatever it was, it didn't really end up working out because Ali put a stop to it at mid. Initially, Gyra found one trying to sneak his way up short, and then the defense, I just guess, looked too strong. So Order finally, after what was that? Was that 9 lost rounds in a row at the end of the second half? They finally got themselves another round.
It's a lot of sharp shooting from Renegades, rather from Order in that round. You know, they just hit a lot of heads. So it's going to be tough as the T side when the USPs are going to town like that. Interesting that Renegades don't actually invest into this one. They did not quite get the bomb plant though, so it wouldn't have been a fantastic buy. Gives Order that extra chance to put more money on the board. Just a little bit of a slow walk into mid from Renegades, and so far so good, but only Glocks. Can't really expect to write to him about this round.
Yeah, very much a strength in numbers approach, it seems, although Malta seems to be sliding his way up in a window. Sicko, same position, jumping up, as Ali's just going to be having a farming day up here. 64 HP, getting binked up by that Glock. It's not going to look too great. Dropping down, cops extra damage, and he's going to fall as Sicko comes in from jungle. Bomb still down at mid, though, and Ricky is happy just to tap away with the MP9. Ince just waiting in con, hoping that Malta can make a move. But unfortunately, Malta's been in window the whole round and hasn't had any impact. Bink onto Gyra, and it's just Ali to fall. Order, pretty clean anti-eco.
M4's retrievable, but they do have to sacrifice a FAMAS for it. So 2 MP9s do go through, which is probably less than ideal for Order. What's Dexter going to pick up here? Probably just an AK. I think it's going to be the 5 rifles for Renegades. Wolf pack in it.
What have we got? 3 to a day early for Order, expecting Renegades to be heading this direction, and that's exactly where they're going as well. So a nice read so far. You still are going to be playing from Conval, close range with the FAMAS. Plenty of util to play with here as well. Does Hats go through this? I think they do. They're just going to wait for this smoke to fade and then hit him with the old peekaboo.
Yeah, and he's going to have the grenade in hand. It's not going to be a good time for Valiance here. Ooh. Timing is of the essence. Gets his smoke down, but he's going to be overwhelmed. Pre-fires the angle. He knew what was coming, but there was nothing he could do about it. Doesn't even get a lick of damage. And now Alistair even under pressure from Dexter as well, who's backing away into mid. An exchange of damage. Ustillo, very sneaky-like, has gotten in the exact position that Valiance fell. They were not expecting him there. But he can really only get one, which is not enough at the moment. There needs to be someone else stepping up right now, and maybe it can be Alistair.
Yeah, some nuts movement there from Ali just to get under the stairs and get a nice line onto Malta. But look at this, Sicko and Dexter, both below 30 HP. That is a rough position. But Renegades, as you can see, Dexter, he has gone on a solo mission to B. So confident that they know exactly where Ricky and Ali are. He's just gone straight out to bench. Just cleared the way. Ali, oh, he's actually heard Ince at the top of mid, finds that for free. Now it's the 2 remaining that are so low here on the B site. Sicko planting safe there at default. Going to be spotted though. Another bullet connected.
Oh!
Nuts.
No way. Alistair, I mean, he's certainly making amends for that first half. He absolutely went missing. But if Order wins this round, you can just put it down to Alistair. He's been so solid with the M4 and now with the AK as well. Sicko, 5 HP and a 1-on-2. But this is the kind of a bomb site you can win 1-on-2s. Isolate the 1v1s. This will be the first one. Down to 1 HP.
He got tagged for 4 HP from 5.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. Doesn't win the round, but that was a miracle in itself. And there it is. Order with the successful retake. Ali, solid round coming out, and upgrades for both of the remaining Order players. So AK is carried across into round number 19 as Order get 3 initial rounds here in the second half of map 1 in the series. But still, trail Renegades by 2.
Better than trailing them by, what would it be now? 3 rounds for Order, it would be 13-5. Better than trailing by 8.
Yes.
Big difference.
Quick maths.
Plus, with the extra cash in the back pocket, Order make this look doable, as opposed to it being a foregone conclusion. It's good work so far on the CT side from Order.
I like that little maneuver as well. Order sending 2 into window and going for the fast boost into ladder. Oh, Ali, I think he spotted the fadeaway from Hats as that smoke was fading. But didn't hit the trigger, so... Passive approach again from Order. Ali's actually rotating back over towards the A site, and this is a strong read as well, because Renegades are sending the bomb this direction too. Malta and Dexter on a bit of a lurk through unders. Might be spotted eventually, but for now, it should be Ali with first point of contact here. Nice use of the smoke at the top of Con. Now with some extra time to come through. Oh, Malta gets away with his life there. Shouldn't have survived that one. Will be a boost up into the window smoke, so the lurker will play part. But 40 seconds, Renegades need to make a move soon. Ali going to go down to 14 HP. A couple of Deagle bullets hitting him. Then Val's going to be spotted on the balcony. Readjust the crosshair. Lineups there for him. Only good for 2, though. It's actually going to be Ustillo farming from triple. Getting the triple of his own. It's all up to Ints. They know that he's on site somewhere. That Deagle not going to dish too much damage. And it's 4 kills on the anti-eco for Ustillo.
So another good round from Ustillo. He's been incredibly solid on this map, along with Ricky and Gyra. It's Valiance and Alistair that are sort of struggling to find their feet, although, as I've already mentioned, Alistair really has started to hit his shots here in the second half. So if he starts to come online, that's one of the win conditions for Order. Now suddenly, you've got 4 out of 5 of your members firing. And we know that Order has enough firepower to really tussle with Renegades. It's just a question of whether or not it's all working at the same time. Alistair's getting aggressive. He's feeling it. He spotted one. Oh. Overcommitted. Multiple punishes. And then Sicko deletes Ustillo. That's just how a round can immediately look good and then look bad. Valiance won. Dexter hasn't peaked, but will eventually. Gets both Gyra and Valiance.
The late peak, the late trade, but it works so damn well. An Order do not see that one coming. This is going to be Renegade's first round for the half, 11-9, as Ricky is certainly going to be prioritizing saving that AWP across. If you have a look at the money there for Order, Ricky down to $400. Everyone else can buy next round. So it's very important for him to keep this one alive if he wants anything into the next.
The thing is, you know, Order's been doing really good work on this CT side, but they are still behind, and they're still behind against a team like Renegades. And when you are an underdog, it's kind of a case of every single round matters for you, but not every single round matters for Renegades. Renegades can afford to lose those 3 or 4 rounds at the start of the half because they have the 10-5 first half, because they are the better team in this matchup 9 times out of 10. We know that they can dig deep. Don't know as of yet if Order can dig deep. Can Order come back from a deficit against Renegades? When was the last time you saw that? If Order's beating Renegades, they're leading from the front, they're winning before it even gets close.
Yeah, Renegades really are the comeback kings, aren't they?
Yeah, I don't know that Order wins a long, grindy game against Renegades. And that's what this is starting to turn into.
Let's see what Order do here. Even though they saved the weapon across, they just didn't really have enough to go for the full investment. They wanted extra utility. So they have just gone for some Deagles instead, and Ricky not going to utilize that AWP at all. Smoke at the bottom of Con as Ali gets his hands onto it, not able to use it either. And this is just going from bad to worse, but a very solid anti-Yiku coming out from Renegades at the moment. We've filtered out that A site. Have it for free. And Order unable to get anywhere near that AWP con.
Is that one round too many given to Renegades? Maybe.
Next round will be, I feel like, the momentum decider.
Mm.
Order need to win it if they want to stay in the game. Malta happily just flashing his way out of the short side of Ticket there. Back to site, back to the teammates. Spots that shadow coming through, has a huge advantage in terms of positioning, as well as having that AK in hand. Mops up 2 for free. Justillo just looking for anything here towards the back of apartments. Does at least have that armor to carry across into the next. And this could be the difference maker. With 5,600, he'll be able to drop an AWP across to someone if they want. Because Ricky's only got the 3,700 there.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I guess Alistair can buy himself an AWP. You know, there's no necessity for a double AWP here.
Yeah.
It would just be too strenuous on the economy of Order, even if that might be what Order would like to angle toward. Even right now, Alistair has to go down to no util at all. Gyra's only got a little bit. Valiant's only a little bit. Order's going to try this mid-aggression again. Didn't work out last time. That was one very nice flash for Renegades that put a stopper in that plan. This time, got control of top mid. A is looking incredibly weak right now for Order, though. So if Renegades get the timing right, they might just walk in there, deal with Justillo, and that's round done.
Order made a whole lot of noise going for that mid control. Renegades, however, not going to accelerate towards the A site, not early. Again, just hoping that Order make a mistake. Sicko boosting up on top. That's going to be a molly over towards default, making sure no one can be hiding behind it. Some great use of utility, but Justillo up on the top of balcony. Drops underneath, tries to take a fight with Malt, but unfortunately the ladder gets in the way. And it's a little bit awkward, but it's back to the 4-on-4. Hats on 13 HP.
So much damage. Hats and Malta. Low. Order with 2 players rotating through T-spawn. One to go Palace, one to go Ramp. It's interesting. You might normally only expect one player to come behind here, so Renegades will need to be quite careful. Sicko's keeping an eye on his behind.
2 missed opportunities there.
Yeah, Gyra does not miss. Double kill for him. Triple kill? Where's Gyra getting all these kills from? They need to cover him off, though. The spray goes through, but it's fine. Don't worry about it. Plenty of time. Order win a critical round, and they do so with 3 guns alive as well, which is very good news for their economy.
Very, very close there. Oh, all 10 seconds. No kid in play. That last little spray from Hats almost secured the round because I think he got Gyra off the bomb.
Yeah, he did. It was Palace where Gyra gets all of these kills from. That's what I was saying, you know, you might expect one to come from Ramp or one to come from Palace, but you don't expect both.
Certainly not. But there you have it. Order winning a crucial one. Keep their hopes and dreams alive here on Mirage. Now, they need to string a few together. They need to start to ruin this economy of Renegades if they want a chance. But Sicko's just gone forward through the short smoke. That was a beautiful pick and a great way to start taking Ali out of the server.
Another tough round ahead here for Order. Lose a player early.
Renegades with the regroup over towards the A ramp here. Still 3 holding their ground in Pal and Val. He's going to be flashed straight in. This could be one for free. Finds Hats. Knows that there's another, but he will get away. Underarming the nade. Going to be stuck in the corner. Tries to fight against Dexter, who will take him down. It's going to be a late trade, but Renegades with the 1-man advantage. You still low 4 HP as he crosses dangerously with his back there, but the nade will secure the kill. Sicko goes for the repeat. Happily finds Gyra, and now Ricky again going to be left alone with the AWP, but this round looks like it's all over Red Rover already.
Yeah, I think they've just kind of cracked that nut a little bit here. Renegades know now that there is a bit of a weakness on the A bomb site that they seem to be able to continue to exploit. Ricky can save the AWP, but it's really a wooden spoon prize right now.
Yeah, unfortunately, Valiance there did back himself into the corner on the top of balcony. Balcony? Pretty relevant. Ricky is going to be staying close towards CT here, waiting for anyone to come through. Renegades, they've cleared out everything. They know that he has to be in this position. There he is, spotted, found. Flash comes through as well. Missed opportunity, and he's going to go down to Malta. So that is a perfect round coming up for Renegades. 1 casualty and 13 on the board. There's only 3 more they need before they take Order's map pick here.
It's going to be bad news for Order. Heading into Vertigo as well is a really interesting prospect. Even Vertigo is still a winnable map for Order. But Renegades will be feeling confident going into their own map choose, I'm sure. Another tactical timeout for Order. It's probably not going to come to fruition this round. They'll be saving this round.
I'm so excited for Vertigo.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Big fan of Vertigo?
I just want to see what Renegades have, because I haven't seen Order play it in ages. Last time I saw Order play it, they were extremely structured on it. They had every other team's number, it seemed. But Renegades, they've picked it. They've obviously been putting in the hard yards, so I want to see what they've got. All right, so after the tacky, looks like Order, they've gone for the force buy. Don't want to let Renegades get too far in the lead here. It's a big call. Let's see what they can do.
I don't know about this one.
Ooh. The nade stack into mid. Renegades trying to get a freebie onto Ali.
Order must have something up their sleeve if they're going to take a tactical pause, then put together a buy like this. Where's the curveball that they're throwing at Renegades right now? 2 players stacked on short.
I don't know if Ricky was spotted there over towards short, but Ince is just happily doing the old lurky turkey over towards mid here. The 4 other Renegades make their way towards the back of apartments.
Yeah, this is going to be the right call in the end. Alistair's working his way across, but he does only have a scout. Looks like Ricky and Jaira are pretty aware of the presence of Renegades in apartments as well. So that smoke's going to go down, which gives a bit of room for Jaira to sort of just play around. Renegades, as a result, opt to just slow things down. Get that utility out there. A few smokes and flashes, rather, as Molotovs as well, flying onto the bomb site. That's a pretty routine start for Renegades. Malta gets the first entry. He'll look for a little bit more. Jaira's doing well to grab himself at least 1, but 1 is not enough right now, unfortunately, for Order. Renegades have the site.
Yeah, and the flank is going to find Ellie as well. So that was a perfect position for Ince to be in. Just calculated aggression. And the other 2 Order players, yeah, they pushed in through a main. Yeah, they got a whole lot of information, but unfortunately it was too late, and they were too far away to help the rest of their team. So there it is, 13 to 10 at the moment, about to be 14 to 10, as Renegades have yet again secured another round with some great discipline, some very, very thorough clearance of the B site, great utility usage. Now Ince is just waiting for someone to peek him, fully aware that someone is going to be saving around this area. Flash onto the line. Val, solid position, finds the 2-tap onto Ince as Hats comes swinging. He's going to go down as well, and that's a gun retrievable. Krieg picked up by Ustillo at the end. Could this be the difference maker that Order need, or is Renegades too far in the lead?
Well, wait and see, Mac. 14-10. When was the last time we saw Order come back from a scoreline like this against Renegades? I can't remember it.
Yeah, look, would have been a while ago. Ooh, sicko, missed opportunity. It's going to be Hats to pick up the scraps. Now, here's one of the rifles. Sicko over behind the tap there. Awkward position for him. And he still has to try to cross that. Molotov was spreading. He was dead regardless. And that's going to be one of the rifles dealt with. It's all up to Val with a Krieg in hand. He used to be very good with this weapon back in the Krieg meta. That's why, that's the way most people sort of found out about Valiance, was that he was just so damn good with his weapon.
Is he good enough to essentially 1v5 Renegades? Because Ricky and Jaira have got pistols only. Ricky with his trusty Zeus. He likes to pick that up every now and then, but not liking his chances from jungle with the Zeus, to be quite honest with you.
Ambitious distance there.
This half really just feels like it's kind of petered away. I think Order, with that force buy earlier on, have sort of put their economy in an awkward spot. They can't really fight for 14-10 properly, and as a result, 15's going to just tick over, and, well, it's kind of just the map. It's kind of just done. It's been pretty methodical, really, from Renegades. It hasn't been anything flashy. They haven't relied on an individual to do anything particularly crazy. You know, no one's dropping a 30 bomb. It's just been good teamwork. Out-positioning Order, out-playing Order.
Yeah.
Ricky's got himself an M4, so it's, I guess, a bit of a silver lining to this round.
That's if they get away as well. Sicko. He's just waiting for this regression over towards short now. Ricky happily waiting on that ladder with the Zeus. He's got the HP where he should survive in this position. It looks like the exit will be back towards apartments instead. Renegades don't want to go giving away an AWP for free. That could be deadly in the hands of Ali. Or even Ricky as well. But nothing else will really come of the round. Hats has put himself in between the two remaining CT players. Ricky will find him. But there it is. Map point for Renegades now. 15-10 with some very methodical gameplay to get themselves in this position.
Yeah, that's really it, isn't it? It's been methodical, I feel like. Just plodding along.
Yep.
I mean, I've got to be honest, it hasn't been the most exciting game of Counter-Strike I've ever seen. But Renegades are getting the job done, and that's really what it is at the end of the day.
Strategy-wise, Renegades are just trying to do everything right, and that's exactly what they're doing. Order, I'm going to say overextending to an extent in certain situations where, yeah, they'll get a pick, that's great, but then they re-peek and, okay.
Timing.
Well, there's the overextending, but this time it almost works out. Again, Val, he got that first pick, but then he hunted for more and got traded out. So instead of it being a 5v4, it's a 4v4, and Sicko on 6 HP with an AWP, still able to do a world of hurt.
Certainly is. Mid control for Ricky is looking fantastic at the moment, though. There is no way Renegades get out of T-spawn without Order knowing it at the moment.
Yep.
So there's plenty of info for Order. There's no better chance for them to win this round. Ricky can't really afford to lose an opportunity like that. Missing the shot with the AWP. And now Renegades could be anywhere. They could be up into T-apps. Already out onto the B bomb site is Inns catching Gyra. Suddenly it swings back in the favor of Renegades. One missed shot makes such a difference.
But there it is, the entry over towards the A site. Ali's already hightailed his way out of there, and he's gone down to Ints as well. Ricky has no idea where this bomb has gone, as he's just going to be caught between a rock and a hard place. There it is, 16-10 as Renegades take it.
Yeah, a bit of an interesting one, but Renegades get over the line in the end. Order had their chances, but they fumbled them. We'll talk all about that on the analyst desk.